I View Sports Podcast. For $1 a day, your dreams could come true. No, I'm just playing. I know y'all like this boy weird. We cutting this video off. No, I View Sports Podcast. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about a day late, but probably two. But Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills Thursday night football for you. Actually, halfway decent games. Keep it up, Amazon. Don't fall off a cliff because y'all like to start off good and then by week 3 or 4, it just makes you not want to watch football at all on Thursday. So keep it going. Don't start off good and then go off a cliff. You know what I'm talking about. People that watch Thursday night football, you know what I'm talking about. So, anyways, yeah, this was a good one. Miami had some struggles to keep up with Buffalo, and they actually kind of did get a few stops, push forward. Actually had the game really close, was marching down the field, and in dramatic fashion, Tua throws a awful pick that put them in a bad way. And to save y'all all the unnecessary stuff, because you probably already know, they ended up losing 31-21. So the big story about this, Buffalo's 3-0. People kind of expect Buffalo to be what they are. Miami, on the other hand, seems like they're going backwards. And there's a lot of reports that Mike McDaniels, his coaching style is getting stale with the players. People are not happy with the GM. Greer, they looking at you. Ross, president, they're looking at you. And also, they are not happy with Tua, the play of Tua. Outside of the concussions, they think the play is just not good enough. So I guess we can start with the GM and the president. It seems like they did put together a pretty good team. This seems like a team you can win with. I'm not going to get too hard on them, but I'm not deep in Miami like that. Unless somebody knows something, I guess you could let me know. Outside looking in, I don't think that Miami is a bad constructed team. They do lack offensive line. They probably need a little bit more on that end, but all around, I think this is a playoff team, and I think it has been for the last few years. Have they made the playoffs? No, there's been some injuries, mostly to Tua, and it's really hard for you to make the playoffs consistently when your quarterback is hurt consistently. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go too hard on the GM or the president. You could have had Justin Herbert instead of Tua in that draft, but all of that's so many years removed. What can you do? It's done now. Because there's some Chargers fans that don't want Justin Herbert. So everybody could exchange quarterbacks, and that still probably wouldn't make it all the way better. But I'm not really going to hit on them too much. Mike McDaniels, I think the way he is in his quirky own little way, I think he has the offensive mind to make this offensive go. And I think losing Vic Fangio as a defensive coordinator and a veteran coach who's been coaching for, I think, almost 30 plus years, he's still getting it. In Philly, he was a defense coordinator and a head coach, and I think that helped McDaniels, a young coach, to have somebody who's been a head coach who can give you advice, and you don't have to worry about the defense side of the ball because you have this man who knows what he's doing. And I think losing that is hard to make up. Nothing against Weaver, you just don't have the experience that Vandio has. That's just what it is. It's nothing personal. So I think you lost some of that, and I think McDaniels is going through a period where people are figuring out what he likes to do as a coach and some of the things that he leans on as far as players, and tendencies, and they're adjusting, and he's going to have to do what a lot of coaches have to do, which is adjust to the adjustment. So I think he can. I think he is willing. I don't think it's like an ego or pride thing, like he wants to just run a certain offense and that's the end all be all. I think he's open to adjusting. But truth be told, a lot of this comes down to Tua. You could have the coaching, you got a GM willing to bring in the players and along with the president, but a lot of this comes down to Tua. And if Tua's not healthy, which he hasn't been since he started, which he had a health concern getting drafted, that was the thing. Was he going to be able to stay healthy? You're not going to win too many games. You're going to lose a lot more than you win. And they've had some playoff games where Tua was not present because of injury. Unnecessary concussions, not getting down, not sliding. Tua, I think you good. But you are not an athletic, out the pocket runner. So with that being said, as soon as you think you see somebody, you need to get down. Not try to get those extra 2 yards that Lamar or Josh Allen or somebody else would get. But you need to get down. As soon the distance that this camera is from me, you need to be getting down. You can't be playing waiting until they get close to you, because that's a problem too. Some of those concussions, you tried to stretch it, tried to do too much, trying to get an extra few yards, and you should have just got down. Do the Eli, do the Peyton. As soon as they thought somebody was about to hit them, they got down immediately. Surrender. 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 That's what you do. Don't take no unnecessary hits, because even with that, that's a conversation. Like with these concussions, how much is that affecting him going into this season and going forward? Because he has not looked great. In the Buffalo Bills game, he seemed like to recapture some of that, but still, he's off with the throws. He doesn't look aware in the pocket, and that throw, it was just a bad throw. I mean, Buddy is sitting right there in the flat. Bernard is waiting. I mean, I think I could have caught that, because all you had to do was put your hands out and then you would have received. It's just that easy. So, just a bad throw. But it just hasn't been the play that you're used to seeing from Tua. I mean, with the anticipation throws and some of those quick in between the line throws that he's good at making, or something, being able to put the ball in Tyreek's heel and Jaden Waddle. David Waddle, I don't know who that is. Putting the ball in their hands and letting them work. He's been good at that his whole time with them, but it seems that even that is a struggle. And I think his life would be 100 times easier if you just got the ball in one of their hands, especially 2 of them. If that's what you got to do, you just got to do it. I mean, this is going to have to work. Maybe Miami needs to lean on the running game a little bit more, but I mean, hopefully, that gets going. I think he's going to be a good running back. Him and Ali, that's a good 1-2 punch. The offensive line would need to help you in that regard. You don't need a bunch of Pro Bowlers, but there's some inconsistency with the offensive line, and Tua is not athletic enough to get out of the pocket. So you guys you're gonna have double work. You're just gonna have to have more work than you would for somebody that can escape the pocket and give you an extra second or two. So that's just what it's going to be. So I think a lot of this is weighing on Tua. If he can stay healthy and he can play how he's been known to play to lead this team as a playoff caliber team, I think they'll be straight. 0-3, you really not cooked. NFL, everybody thinks if you go 0-2, I know I've seen the stats. You 0-2 is less chance. I mean, a lot of that's for gambling, but 0-2, 0-3, you really not cooked. Now 0-4, 0-5, we might be out of there. But it's been some teams that have came back from 0-4, 0-5. Look it up. So one good thing is Dolphins is 0-3, but they do play the 0-3 Jets. So, but Justin Fields is supposed to play that game, so somebody got to win, right? Somebody got to get a first win. Maybe they can build off of that, or maybe they go 0-4 and figure it out later in the season. I don't think this team is that bad, but they ran into Indianapolis. They're 3-0. They seem to know what they're doing over there. Daniel Jones, you got it going together. Who would have thought? And the Patriots, they're they upgraded team. Even though they're probably not playoff ready, they're better than what they was. So those 2 losses right there, and then you lose to Buffalo. They're basically a Super Bowl caliber team. So you're not losing to scrubs. I don't want to say who scrubs are. Y'all watch football. Y'all know who the scrubs are. But I think this team will be okay. I think going forward, even if they lose one more game, I think they can recover from that, because they have the talent, the coaching. They just have to make sure that it shows up for the whole game and not spots of the game. You can't get blown out the water like you did against the Colts, but you can't give up key plays like you did against the Patriots, and you can't throw you can't throw interceptions when the game is that on the line. Like when you're moving down the field and you need to score, you can't turn the ball over in that situation against the Bills. So some of this is situational. You could just clean that up, and I think you'll be good to go. But you guys let me know what you think. I appreciate you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.